So is this show based on any books, or is this original?
Fire and Blood.
Yeah, it's Fire and Blood, which is something that he wrote while not writing the main game.
Yeah, it sounds like this show is just taking writing time away from George R. Martin.
There are two big panels that were dropped. House of the Dragon, HBO Max.
Hot D.
His newest Game of Thrones prequel series set 1,000 years?
300 years ago.
Oh, I thought it was 1,000.
It's only 300.
I'm going to tell you both
only
something.
300.
I'm going to both tell you both something, and you can't get mad. I have not watched the trailer.
Oh, you pulled a Krishna.
I have not
I'm not mad.
paid any attention to anything.
You're going to go in blind
I'm
for
going
the premiere.
into the
That's
first
actually
episode
cool.
blind.
That's pretty cool.
Because
When does it come out?
August 21st.
Oh, it's like a month away.
We will be in the middle of the ocean.
Oh, yeah, we will be.
Thank fucking God.
Dragon Ball Superhero is also coming out that weekend. We'll also be in the ocean for that.
Well, it comes out on the 17th, so we could see it before. So.
We have Wi-Fi out there.
I did pay
You can
for
do
the
the
Wi-Fi
Wi-Fi.
streaming package.
I knew you were going to, so I didn't.
I mean, I'm not letting you use my device.
I'm throwing my phone in the water.
It's salty.
I'm disconnecting from the world. I need that.
So you guys both watched the trailer, correct?
yeah.
Initial thoughts?
I'm very excited for this show. I'm all the way back. I'm ready to be hurt again.
I was excited, and then I saw that trailer.
Wow.
Oh, interesting.
Exact opposite.
You're
What
not
about the
excited.
trailer?
It reminded me of Game of Thrones. And I'm like, I'm sorry, it ended so poorly for me that I'm like, I don't know if I can do this.
It reminded me.
I'm going to watch it.
Yeah, it reminded me of.
I'm not excited.
It reminded me of the parts that I liked about Game of Thrones. In the earlier seasons, which is why I think I'm a little bit
Sean
more...
Bean being beheaded.
Yeah,
no,
Sean
just
Bean.
like Game
times.
of Thrones was always a great mix of like political intrigue, right?
Sure.
And then the later seasons were just like
The bigger
battles.
No. Battles that you can barely
At
see.
night.
battles at night.
And Starbucks cups.
Some of the best battles we've seen on TV, though.
No, for sure. That's not. You're not wrong.
Battle of the
I just
Bastards.
missed, especially in the later
Battle of
seasons.
the
I
Bastards,
missed a lot more of that political intrigue that was much more layered in the first few seasons because they had the books to go off.
But
of.
not only that, but after, I believe, season 6, I think season 6 is when they stopped killing characters.
Ooh.
And that was a bit...
They
and
just
honestly,
started killing our dreams.
The show became very kind of vanilla in the sense that there were no
The outer source.
there were
material.
no more big
There
raw
was-
stakes.
they were.
They were though.
It was
I
a
mean,
soap
look,
opera.
They were out of their outer source material, and we kind of were seeing like the true creative geniuses of the showrunners.
The 2Ds?
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as they ran out of George R. R. Martin material, it fell on the showrunners, to start creating, and that's when
But they didn't
off
run
of like
out.
cliff notes.
They did
Like,
run out of material. They refused to let him submit his scripts.
Interesting. Well,
Well,
even
it's
worse.
even worse.
That's even worse. Yeah. So that's why I'm not excited for this show. I'm sorry.
That's not
But
them.
George R.
I
Martin
know.
is
I'm
much
still
more
not.
involved in this
Oh, he
show.
is.
So is this show
Than he
based on
was.
any books, or is
Yes,
this original?
Fire and Blood.
Yeah, it's Fire and Blood, which is something that he wrote while not writing the main game.
Yeah, it sounds like this show is
But-
just taking writing time away from George R. R. Martin.
That's fine.
How do the readers feel about
I
this?
mean, I think a
Follow-up
lot of readers are
questions.
unfortunately
We
resigned
hate
to the
it.
fact
Hold on,
that
so a couple
it's never
follow-up questions,
over?
because like I said, I've not
Sure.
paid any attention to anything about this. Do we know if this is multiple seasons? Did he already get proof for multiple seasons? How long is the source material? Is it multiple books?
So the source material goes over many generations, and the thing that's come out about this show is that like every few seasons will have time jumps, so it's going to be kind of anthological.
So it'll be like an anime series.
Yeah, so like you'll have a batch of characters in this time period for maybe a few seasons, and then you'll have a different batch of characters. And it's not necessarily going to go linear. They could go further back. They could go a little further forward from like the time period that they're starting in.
It's interesting too because this is a little after the original Conquest, and
Right.
all of this is the result in plot points from the original A Song of Ice and Fire books that were omitted from the show.
Right.
Wow.
So like, there's a lot in the books about this,
Right.
but the show never touched on
The
the
show was
results.
like, we got to get rid of this. It's too dense already.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting.
So yeah, I'm excited for that because it's not like this is all history within within the world, right? It's all been written, it's all been decided upon. Versus like Game of Thrones was an incomplete text when they started the show, right? So you didn't know how any of these character journey ended. With these characters and everything,
they already
you have a
know.
definitive beginning, middle, and end for how all these characters go. We could look up today what's the fate of all these characters are if you really wanted to be spoiled.
I'm going to do that. I think that way I'm prepared.
No,
You know?
No surprises.
But the red wedding, like the front of that was like that was so shocking.
But I do think
We
the
may get
show
some
is-
surprises like Summer Hall. That's a mystery we don't know yet.
Right,
Ooh.
right, and there's some of the stuff is obscured within history, but you know the rough strokes of where this is going, right?
Yeah.
Like we all know the Targaryens get overthrown at some point, right?
The black fires are born out of here.
Yeah, exactly.
dragons.
eggs,
Yeah. You know they're dragons.
eggs.
Dragons.
You know the dragons go away at some point.
Oh,
Does what's his face, the chubby kid who worked at the tavern with his porridge?
You mean
Making bread? Hot
Hot
pie?
pie?
Yeah, did he ever get his pie?
He made pie.
He made
Arya-
pie. Oh,
he made- I thought he
Arya
made bread.
ate with him.
I hope
and
there's
the
a
thing.
character.
He was a bread
named
maker.
Hot Pie.
The inn at the crossroads, which is kind of a main inn.
I hope there's a character, but his named Cold Cake.
That would be pretty funny.